Hello and welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards, because Commander's number one. I am one of your hosts, Daniel. I am joined with both Slothy and Sherman. Sherman, how you doing?
Doing all right so far. We're experiencing really nice weather, so I'm actually looking forward to going back to bed because I'm tired.
That's fair. It's
So how about you?
good. It was really like a warm week, like you said. It was just a nice. I was out last night at we were like kind of camping and stuff, so I was out drinking by the fire and stuff. So I definitely know how nice it is to just be out in that warm weather you're talking about. It did make me want to go to sleep. This is too early. Why do we do this? And Slothy, how are you doing?
I'm not too bad. I'm actually ready for it to kind of cool down a couple degrees. Um, I am very, very comfortable around 10 to 15, so this is quite warm for me.
Yeah, it's like 30
But
right now.
beats snow though, so
Yeah, that's fair. I the out there we were glamping, not camping. So there's like a trailer with
mhm.
AC, so I was at least not as dying that badly, but yeah, no, it's I don't do well in the heat. I die.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's fair.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
I move like refrigerated trucks. I'm in the truck all the time. It's got AC. The house has AC. Like it's always
Well, I,
uncomfortably cold here.
I remember during your wedding you were sweating bullets.
Yeah, that was basically me at the
hmm
fire. Yeah, it was that was yeah. We were outside. It was a year ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then like
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Where's Daniel?" We're like, "He's in the
he's
walk-in freezer."
yeah, he's dying. Someone's spraying him down
Yeah.
with a hose. I was at the freezer a lot of the wedding. That is funny.
I remember we all went and chilled, pun intended, in there for about half an hour
Yeah,
at
Yeah,
one point.
yeah, just to visit because that's where I was standing. Yeah, I
hmm
don't like the heat.
yeah, that's fair.
There's not many. The heat just doesn't really work for me. I would die. I'm glad that Magic stores aren't like that because my cards would be all like wet.
Yeah.
I'd have to only play popper decks at that point.
You just double sleeve them
I,
every single
I, I don't
time.
I don't even know if double sleeves could help. If you
Yeah,
slip it
you
out of my
should
hands and
you
everything
should
when
be
I'm
able
trying to
to.
draw.
Yeah,
No drinks at the table. It's just my hand.
there you go.
Yeah. Today we are talking more spoilers because spoilers never end, ever. But we
Never
have
end.
It's wild too. Again, Assassin's Creed spoilers. Like it just released, and then they're just like, "How about Duskmourn spoiler? Duskmourn's not even the next set."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duskborn spoilers. We got in a couple Foundation spoilers as well.
Oh yeah, Foundations was an interesting thing. That is basically their attempt to do a core set
hmm
without doing a core set because they realize they need a core set.
Yeah.
Hurrah.
No, I like it. Too much product. I haven't been buying much. The Bloomborough products, I buy like commanders right now. I've really gone down to singles,
hmm
but the Bloomborough stuff I did already buy all the commander decks. I had to.
Yeah, we're talking about the Assassin's Creed stuff, and we're just like talking about the price point and everything, and the fact that we don't like the how the packs are 7 cards as opposed to like 15 cards.
Is that what it
hmm
is?
Yep.
Yeah,
And a
or
booster box is 20 packs.
or 24 packs. Is it 20 or 24?
I think it was 20, but I could be wrong.
Even worse.
Is there did they do commander decks for the Assassin's Creed stuff?
No,
Nope.
they didn't.
Finally.
No, it's
Mo-
still 24 packs.
Oh, it is 24?
Yeah, but it's just 7
Okay.
cards in each pack, right? As opposed to like 15.
is it because it's not
hmm
meant to kind of draft or
Which is stupid because people want to draft constantly. How do you draft with 7 cards? Like if you have like a pot of 8, it's never gonna make it a full round. Even if you have a pot of 6, you get the one card comes back, and it's gonna be a land.
hmm
Like how would you draft this? It's stupid.
Mix 2 packs together.
yeah, that's 7 card packs isn't exciting to open.
No.
Like what they say, like in each pack you'll find 1 to 4 cards of rarity rare or higher, at least one shining traditional foil card, and at least one card with full borderless art. No score in streets. Blah, 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 blah. Like this is on. I'm reading this off of Amazon.
So a
Like
minimum one rare, so you can get 4 rares in the pack,
Mm-hmm.
and a
yeah,
foil, so your foil slot can also be a rare.
yeah,
So you
And
could
a
and
full
then
art
there's
card.
yeah
commons and uncommons, and then a land.
you could potentially crack 5 rares a pack. I guess that doesn't make it as bad, but for someone who wants the experience of opening the pack rather than just getting bulk rares, then
Yeah, so like I don't know. I don't like the fact that it's 7 cards. Like even if they lowered it to like let's say they lowered it to 10 cards, I'd still be like okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
But like 7 card, like you're giving us less than half.
is the price point on it nuts again too for
And for so it's like 170 Canadian for a box.
that's pretty expensive.
Yeah, like
Again, I haven't really been looking at any of the spoilers. I've been posting a few here and there, kind of on Instagram. Like I generally post a lot. We get spoilers in the Discord and stuff. I post them there when I see them. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know much about the set, so maybe I'll be wrong. Like I did like the Socrates card.
yeah.
I was saying earlier, there's no way I'm going to pronounce any of these words. Let's jump into them. I will. Yeah, let me pull our cards up, and yeah, someone please take that first one.
Slothy, you want it or do you want me to take it?
Sure. I am going to butcher this name, but we've got Altair Ibn La Ahad. Red, white, black for a 3/3 legendary human assassin with first strike. Whenever Altair attacks, exile up to one target assassin card from your graveyard with a memory counter on it. Then, for each creature card you own in exile with a memory counter on it, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of it, and exile those tokens at the end of combat.
Yeah, this
That's
is
kind
a
of cool.
strong card. I'll admit that.
Hmm.
I like
Yeah,
it reminds me kind of of Halden and Paco with its like fetch counter thing, right? Like this
yeah.
memory counter, it's not going to go away when the commander leaves, which is generally the problem,
Hmm.
right? It's for each card you own in exile with a memory counter on it. So removing the commander isn't going to remove your stockpile of really cool creatures.
Yeah,
You're not much in the way of self mill. I think you'd have to go more of the route of like your faithless lootings, like your loot kind of cards.
yeah.
Yeah.
Faces like looting stuff, extra combats.
You do have all your grave shenanigans as well to bring your stuff into the grave, like your entombs, and
Hmm.
Yeah,
making, like you said, exile them at the end of combat. So they did at least think about the extra combats route there, so that you can't have multiple, like 10 or 11 of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, seems like actually a fun card.
It's really strong, like because like even if you have like all the enter the battlefield like triggers for like damage like peripherals and whatnot, and or like stack outlets like goblin bombardment. So like before the end of combat, after damage is dealt, you just sacrifice them all.
Yeah, toss them away.
Hmm.
Yeah, like stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Well, you could be really getting a lot of these. It is a bit of a bummer that it's stuck on that assassin type.
Yeah.
True, but like
But again, you're in the
you gotta do that on purpose.
but you're in the color of like black has access to so much tutors, right? So
Yeah,
you can go get the what I think it's not Locket of Yesterdays. It's one of it's the cards Ashes of Tomorrow or something. Something about it.
what
Let me find the
Yeah.
card. It's
what does it do?
it makes all of the creatures in your graveyard one
Oh,
creature type.
yeah. Oh, okay. What one? Which one was that one? Man, this is just the first card.
I think it's Ashes of the Fallen. Yes. Ashes of the Fallen. So you're really easy to fetch out Ashes of the Fallen, a 2 mana artifact. As it comes into play, you choose a creature type. Each creature in your graveyard has the chosen type in addition to its other types.
Hmm.
Fair enough.
Or what is it?
We,
What conspiracy? I know that that's reprinted in this set too,
Hmm.
and that's all your creatures share type.
Maskwood
fun.
Nexus.
Yeah, Maskwood. Yeah, because this is each
Yeah.
creature you own in exile with a man. It doesn't matter if it's assassin in exile.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Let me take this next one here. We've got Apple of Eden Isu Relic. I really like the artworks on these. They're pretty cool. 4 mana for a colorless artifact legendary. You tap, pay 4 life, sack it. Look at target opponent's hand and exile those cards face down. You may play them this turn. Mana of any type can be spent to cast them. Until end of turn, whenever you play a land or cast a spell this way, its owner draws a card. The beginning of the next end step, return the exiled cards to their owner's hand. Activate only as a sorcery. I think that's really cool.
That's a brutal card. It's like, okay, like Slothy, there's a high chance that you have counter spells and I don't want to deal with it. I'll just tap this. I'll pay 4 life. You can't cast anything.
Yeah, lock people out of what they're doing.
Yeah. Or just like, with this in Clock of Omens, let's say, like, let's untap this and tap this again, or like whatever, and tap shenanigans. Let's say you're in blue.
You've got to sack it at least.
You do have to sacrifice it.
Oh, do you? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Never mind. I misread. Okay, we'll make copies of this with Saheeli.
You're not wrong there. Yeah. I think that's pretty rough, but it's also kind of I like to look at everything from like a politics tool, right? So like it's hey, I can't remove this, but I have the card in hand if you want to play it.
Yeah, that's true. Like you can also politic in that way. It's like, well, like you can't afford to pay it, but I can pay it and play it, and then we can like focus fire on the one person.
Hilarious, absolutely hilarious to tell people that you're going to help them draw and then cast this and play it.
I mean,
hilarious to be like, oh, don't worry, I'm going to help you draw, and then you start playing their cards out of their hands for them. Hilarious to me.
Sure.
To
Your definition of hilarious does not equal to mine.
Is a little different.
Yeah.
You take this next one, Sherman. I know you like this one.
Okay, the next one we got is Cleopatra, Exiled Pharaoh for 2 and a black and a green. Human Noble, it's a 2/4. It has allies, so at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 other target legendary creatures. It has Betrayal. Whenever a legendary creature with counters on it dies, you draw a card for each counter on it, and you lose 2 life.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
That's really good. Like, that's a huge draw engine.
Oh, it is so huge. Like, as long as you're playing legendaries matters. That's all I'm, and things get big.
It's wild to me that it's not for each type of counter on it. Just each counter.
That would be even more broken.
Yeah, well, anything that can like bring things back, like a Skullbriar, for instance, right, where it keeps its counters as it goes to the grave, like, yeah.
Well, then you start running into things like like the menace counters, life link counters.
No, but that's what I'm saying, right? I think you should have to jump through that, because this is whenever a creature with it, draw a card for each counter on it. If you just stack 1/1 counters on this thing, you can draw 5 on a death.
Yeah,
that's gross.
Yeah, that's why they said no. If it had counters on it, you just draw 1 card and you lose 2 life.
No, that's not what it is.
No, draw a card for each counter.
Whenever a legendary creature with counters on it dies, draw a card for each counter on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought it should have been each type of counter, so that you had to jump through it. This way you can just stack it up. You can just keep, and it's not even whenever another legendary creature dies. So Cleopatra will trigger herself.
Yeah, but you can't put the allies. You can't put the counters on her.
You can't put it on. This is a very cool commander.
Yeah, so you just keep on stacking it.
You don't ever want to give like green decks a draw engine like this.
No.
There's so many good green and black legendary creatures, right? Like you could even go like a really aggressive this would be like a wonderful demon commander, because you've got the mana ramp to get all those huge demons up. They're going to get bigger and bigger. They're going to draw, like, I could see this being a very played card.
It's annoying just because like there's so many legendary creatures that you can pull from. And then like with green you have a bunch of things like Hardened Scales or like Master Chef.
You're doubling season, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so like one creature can come in with like like an extra 10 counters. I know it's not gonna be 10, but let's say it can get crazy. So and then you have like imagine things like Forgotten Ancient or like stuff like that.
Well, even
actually, wait, that one's not legendary, so it makes no difference.
Monstrous Raider, though. Well, because the Forgotten Ancient still lets you move them over as much as you want, right?
That's true.
So
Yeah.
it's still a nice generator, but I was going to say like Vorinclex Monstrous Raider, where it doubles the counters that's put on.
Or what was um the legendary creature that like every time someone sacrifices something, all your creatures get +1/+1 counters?
Oh, I know
I know
exactly what one. A Zoni.
exactly what you're
Not,
talking about.
it's not a Zoni, but it's something like a Zoni.
It's an insect.
Yeah, it's a very cool one. I know exactly what one you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyways, let's keep going because we're only 3 cards deep.
To be honest, these are very good card designs so far.
Yeah.
I know, like you said, we're 3 deep, but
this next one, I'm very happy that I got to read it because it's my favorite Assassin's Creed game. It's my favorite assassin, and it's a deck that I'm 1000% building. We've got Edward Kenway, 2 blue, black, red for a 5/5 legendary human assassin pirate. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each tapped assassin, pirate, and/or vehicle you control. And whenever a vehicle you control deals combat damage to a player, look at the top card of that player's library, then exile it face down. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled.
that's kind of cool.
This is
I really like that you get benefit for crewing your vehicles with the assassins, pirates, and all that as well.
yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Like
it cares about tapped.
Yeah. I made I theory crafted a deck for Edward
Hmm.
Kenway where it's kind of almost like a pillow fort.
Hmm.
So because like with the vehicles, like if you tap like 5 pirates to crew the vehicle, then like people can attack you, right? So because your shields are down, you're almost wide open. So I was trying to put in things like mana. Was it not mana web? Let me bring up my list real fast. But like I tried to make it more pillow forty in a sense, like throwing in stuff like let me come on, bring it up.
While you're saying
Let
that
me show
too, the
some.
other thing that's fun about that is vehicles are really hard to board wipe.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like you have your usual things like propaganda and everything, but I have things like title flats, right?
Yeah.
So in like for 1 blue mana, it's an enchantment. Okay, tap 2 blue. All your creatures that are blocking any non-flying creatures gain first strike until end of turn. The attacking player may pay 1 mana for each attacking creature to prevent title flats from giving that creature blockers first strike. So it's like you're taxing them. It's a stupid card. It's useless, but it's still fun. Then you have other things like Web of Inertia for 2 and a
Hmm.
blue. Okay, at the beginning of each opponent's combat phase, that player may remove a card from his or her graveyard from the game. If that player doesn't, creatures he or she controls can't attack you this turn. So I have that, and then I have like other cards that remove stuff from the graveyards constantly.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, it just make it so that like, okay, you cannot do anything if your graveyard's empty. You cannot attack me. So
Yeah,
Okay.
I like
it's
that.
just silly.
I like silly things.
Yeah, but like it's a fun build.
Hmm.
Like coming up with stuff like, and there's so many pirates now. Like I went
Oh yeah.
the direction of pirates, so
Beckett Brass is getting some real love with this one too.
oh,
Hmm.
100%, yeah.
I miss my pirates deck. I should put it back together.
It'll rock really. It'll do a lot of work now because there's so many pirates.
Hmm.
I like that. This next one, I don't know how I feel about it as a commander, but it definitely slots hard into a lot of pre-existing decks, and I really like the artwork. I don't like this first artwork very much for anyone looking at the YouTube video, but these other ones are killer. Like yeah, the 2 middle ones, do you see them? Really
Yeah,
good. It's Ivor, Wolfkist. We can call it Ivor.
You missed one there.
Which one?
Ivor Battle Ready.
Oh, that's why I'm saying the art sucks. It's a different card. Well, I'm going to read both of them then. Ivor Battle Ready is the one that I was talking about that I didn't like the artwork on as much.
Hmm.
It's 3/1 red 1 white for a 5/5 vigilance haste, human assassin warrior. Whenever Ivor Battle Ready attacks, it deals damage equal to the number of equipment you control to each opponent. That's, like I said, I think that slots in really aggressively into a bunch of decks that exist already.
Hmm.
yeah.
So I kind of like that more. But this is the one I liked, the Ivor Wolfkist. That's the artwork. That's the business. I haven't even read it. Might build it only on art alone. It's 3, a red, a green, a white for a 7/6 those are pretty good stats for 6. Trample haste. When it deals combat damage to a player, you mill that many cards. You may put a saga and or land from among them onto the battlefield.
That's pretty sweet.
That's pretty aggressive
Okay.
self-mill.
That is pretty sweet.
A 7/6 that hard mills and brings back sagas is
Or lands.
or lands, yeah.
Yeah.
That's an interesting commander. That's a very different route than I normally play. I've got to build it based on that artwork. I've got to let me get the camera out. It's what I do every time we do spoiler episodes. I just take pictures of the ones I want to
Take a
build.
picture.
Yeah.
Call it a day. While you're doing that, I might as well go on to the next card. It's Ezio Auditor da Firenze. Yeah, people are going to murder us in comments for pronunciations. It's a 1 of black. Human Assassin 3/2. It has Menace. Has Assassin spells you cast have free run for 2 black. So, free run is you may cast a spell for its free run cost if you dealt combat damage to a player this turn with an assassin or commander. And it has whenever Ezio deals combat damage to a player, you may pay Wooburg if that player has 10 or less life. When you do, that player loses the game.
I quite like the flavor of this one.
I
Yeah.
like the flavor of this. It's like because he was the first main character in Assassin's Creed, right?
Ezio is the second main character.
Oh, second one. Sorry.
After Altair.
I'm glad you guys know this.
Okay.
I've never played Assassin's Creed.
I just sell the games. That's it.
That's fair. What I think is kind of cool about this is you can make a 5-color Assassins deck with only a black mana base.
Mm-hmm.
That is pretty sweet. I'll admit that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? All you have to do is just make your commander unblockable. Menace is already a thing. And then being able the free running too, you can cast for double black. You can cast huge creatures that way.
Yeah.
Technically, again, the exact same way that I was just talking about. Your Maskwood Nexus, your blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That you're just casting Emrakul's for 2 black at this point. How do you do, fellow assassins? Yeah, again, obviously you could go the route to Wooburg it up and have your amp, but I think that you could just really, really easily make a 5-color assassin deck with just black mana.
Put in
The most budget mana
your,
base.
your any
you only
color
really-
rocks, your command tower, and you're good to go.
Yeah. Like you only really care about Wooburg if the person they make is 10 or less life, right? So it's not a big deal if you don't have the Wooburg right away. It'll take time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do really like this free running mechanic.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
With an assassin or
interesting.
commander is nice.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like ninjutsu in a way.
Yeah.
Or
That's like for
what's
all your
that other one?
assassins, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they have 10 mana and you have 5 assassins in your hand, hey, guess what?
Yeah, dump them in. That's actually a pretty crazy thing. That's like Cabal Coffers, like bait, straight out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Next one we've got is Ezio Blade of Vengeance. 3 blue-black for a 5/5 legendary human assassin with Death Touch. Whenever an assassin you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card.
Decent, but not mythic worthy.
No.
No.
Kind of feel
That should be rare.
Yeah, I'd kind of feel bad to pull that comparative to some of what we have seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We have Cassandra Eaglebearer. 1/1 red, 1 white for a 2/2 human assassin warrior with haste. When Cassandra enters, search your graveyard, hand, and library for a card named the Spear of Leonidas, put onto the battlefield, and shuffle. Whenever a creature you control with a legendary equipment attached to it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. That's kind of cool that it pulls up an equipment automatically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems like a fun card.
Yeah.
A fun build around.
I have nothing bad to say about that one.
Next card we have here is Leonardo da Vinci for 2 and a blue. Human Artificer 3/3. For 3 and 2 blue, until end of turn, Thopters you control have base power and toughness XX, where X is the number of cards in your hand. And for 2 in a blue, and you tap it, you draw a card and discard a card. If the discarded card was an artifact card, exile it from your graveyard. If you do, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 0/2 Thopter artifact creature with flying, in addition to its other types. This
Love
seems
it.
really strong.
Yep. It's going on the
Mhm.
picture list. That's like a really cool card. The throwing
Yeah.
away like blight steals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like anything that's super expensive, you can bring it up for cheap now.
Dark Seal Forge, Mere Battlespheres, like any of those things. It's almost like a similar path to Saheeli. I would obviously want to put in the doubler things like it's a shame this doesn't have access to red. If this was blue-red, this would be just such a fun commander.
Oh, that would be so broken.
Right? Yeah, like it's just having the Battle Mage bracers. I like this card a lot.
But like I would just try to find ways to have fun with it. Like, okay, I'll bring out Aladdin's ring. So instead of 8 mana, I can bring it out for 3 mana. And I can tap 4 mana to tap it to deal 4 damage to you. Yay!
I love it.
Yay.
I love it. Yeah, you could. I guess you can just throw away anything. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
doesn't matter. Throw away Aladdin's lamp because that's 10 mana. Okay,
You could throw away all the tower cards too, like
that's
the Tower
true.
of Calamities, Tower of
Yeah, artifact lands. It doesn't matter. It's an artifact card still.
Well, there's so many things that double artifacts too, right? Like Saheeli's gift, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So it makes it so you get a lot of like the create a token that's a copy of a token kind of thing. I like this.
Mhm. Then we've got the Staff of Eden, Vault's Key, a 6-mana legendary artifact. When it enters the battlefield, put target legendary permanent not named Staff of Eden, Vault's Key from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and you can tap it to draw a card for each permanent you control but don't own.
That's interesting.
I haven't played
Huh.
Send Triplets enough lately. I agree. I
Playing
agree.
against Triplets. Oh my god.
Yeah. Then
That's-
triplets, what was that? Karazakar?
Yeah. The new
Did that
Gonti as
too.
well.
Gaunty, yeah.
Yeah,
Old
Honestly,
Gaunty.
Sherman in your Smeagol deck.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Not only do you take the lands, but you use the lands to pay for the staff.
That's so true.
That's
Oh,
very playable.
because yeah, like by the time like every single gameplay that we've done, I've grabbed at least 4 or 5 lands from the table so far. So that's like a 4 or 5 card draw. That's is kind of silly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very playable in a lot of decks.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, yeah, it can get stupid.
We have very cool artwork of Feast and Famine.
Yeah.
That crocodile's sick. The same with
Same
Light
thing
and
with-
Shadow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Light and Shadow I like a little more.
Yeah, Light and Shadow's really good. Both of those arts are great. Sloth, you want to take this next one?
Mm,
I guess Temporal Trespass is a reprint too, hey?
Temporal Trespass is a reprint, yeah.
Okay. I don't
The
like that
next one
artwork
is-
as much. Yeah, you take the next big one then, I guess.
Who's taking it?
Slothy, yeah.
Oh, sure. Then we've got the Capituline Triad. 10 mana for a 7/7 Legendary God Artificer with Those Who Came Before. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each historic card in your graveyard. And exile any number of historic cards from your graveyard with total mana value 30 or greater. You get an emblem with creatures you control have base power and toughness 9/9.
That's a
Hmm.
pretty nuts emblem.
Yeah.
Nuts emblem. But I don't know. I don't
You-
know
you-
how I feel about it. Like mana value 30 or greater. Like unless you're actually like being silly, like I was saying, like with Aladdin's lamp and Aladdin's ring and stuff like that. 30 is a lot.
30 is a lot.
Mhm,
The Titans shuffle, so you're not getting them. Blightsteel shuffles.
mhm.
So you have like metalwork. Like the metalwork Colossus is the one that gets played the most often, I think, because that's like like a 10 or 11, but you can bring it back from a graveyard or whatever, like depending on what other historics you have or what other artifacts you have. But like other than that, everything else is like most people play are going to be like 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Throw
Yeah.
Draco in there.
Yeah. True.
That's 16.
16.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like I don't know how I
the
feel like
problem is it's all in colorless, right?
Yeah.
So if you're running
that's
this as a
true.
commander, you've got to also find out like there's not really many colorless tutor to the grave things, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. That's very true.
If this was like in blue, at least you could be milling to the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
So
can't
this
see this being a commander. But I can see this being if you drop this as a late game bomb in like a let's not look at it's historic cards from your graveyard. I was gonna say just cards from
This
your graveyard.
I kind of like this in Aragorn. My
Y-
stuff dies all the time in that deck.
Well, and you do have a lot of historic permanents, right?
Hmm.
Could
but
be a cool game ender.
even then most of yours like even so, like let's say the average is like a 4 cost in your deck, right?
That is still 12 cards that you need in there plus something else.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot in the graveyard. And you're exiling them. Like unless you're playing a token strategy after. I don't know. I interesting card, interesting build. Not a fan.
Yeah, it's like I said, I'm sure like I said I've said meh in multiple episodes. Smarter people than me will find a cool way to build this. You know,
Agreed. Like
I just personally can't see it with my playstyle.
Hmm.
yeah. I'm just thinking like the fact that like you have to exile so many cards to get to that 30. So
This next one
like
I don't.
unless you have like big mana spells that are going to the graveyard constantly, okay, fine.
The the
But even then, like
the
I don't
problem
know,
is the
like maybe
historic.
you're playing like Eureka,
But
but
the
even
problem is the
then,
historic. Like if you could just exile cards with mana value 30, right? I already don't like that. I don't like the
yeah,
escape mechanic. I don't really like delve most of those things. So I get it, but like if you could do that, then in a green deck, for instance, you could like get rid of your cultivate, your Kodama's reach. They'd eventually be there,
yeah,
right? But having to get
Hmm.
rid of historic permanents to get that is just a real big hoop to jump through.
and like I said, most of the time that's going to be artifacts.
Yeah. Well,
So
it's almost gonna have to be, right?
yeah,
I feel Clock of Omens, Codex Shredder lines are going to be huge in this one.
but even then,
Or the
you're jumping through a
grinding
lot of hoops.
station.
But you're jumping through so many hoops for what real reason? Just
Yeah.
to get
Nine
the emblem that
nines.
says your stuff is 9/9s after? Who cares?
Me.
There's easier ways to get there.
Yeah,
There
there gotta be
definitely
easier
is.
ways.
Beastmaster's Ascension and copy enchantment.
Yeah.
What we're there for
Like
6.
sure that stuff goes away, but like once again, like, the easiest way to get to that 30 is to have like big like historic artifact or big artifacts that cost a lot of mana, like Aladdin's lamp or like was it ancient idol or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
Metalwork Colossus.
yeah, or
Yeah.
Colossus of
Threefold
Sardia if you
Thunderhulk.
want to go way back in the day, right? It's still not worth it.
I say we go to the next one. This card sucks.
Yeah.
That's
See,
how I
there you
feel.
go.
We've got Yggdrasil, the Rebirth Engine, which I also don't like. I was reading it while we were sitting there. It's 3 mana for legendary artifact. When it enters, exile all creature cards from your graveyard. Not a fan. Tap, exile the top 3 cards of your library. Again, not a fan. And then 4 and a tap, put a creature card exiled with it onto the battlefield under your control. It gains haste until end of turn. Activate it only as a sorcery.
No. Limited play. That's what I say.
7 mana to get the first card from your grave back into play. You can only do the second part at a sorcery speed, so they can still blow it up.
Hmm.
I don't know. If it didn't have that sorcery part, maybe, but just it's a lot of hoops. It's a lot of hoops. It's another one I don't like.
Yeah. No, don't like it. Next card we got Abstergo Entertainment. Legendary land. Tap for a colorless, and you can tap 1 and tap it to add 1 mana of any color. You can also tap 3 and tap it and exile the land. Return up to 1 target historic card from your graveyard to your hand. Then exile all graveyards. That's actually not bad.
Decent.
Like you're stopping graveyard shenanigans from everyone. it's not bad at all.
Well, and a nice reset for something you need.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Worst case
so
scenario, it's just a nice threat to keep on the board.
agreed. Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Then we've got Achilles Davenport, 2 blue-black for a 3/3 legendary human assassin with free running blue-black. It's got menace, and other assassins you control get +1/+1.
Decent.
Not bad.
A big
I don't know how
assassin.
this one's a rare,
Yeah, no, right?
but Blade of Vengeance is a mythic.
Which one is that? That's the
That's the one whenever an assassin deals combat damage,
yeah.
draw a card.
Yeah, I don't know. This one seems nicer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have Auditor Ambush, 2/1 blue 1 black, and an Assassin's Trophy reprint, like I was saying. 2/1 blue 1 black. You choose one or both. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Target player searches their library and/or graveyard for a card named Ezio Blade of Vengeance, reveals it, puts it into their hand. If they search this way, shuffle. I don't like the specific searches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That like it's such a bummer that this card again is a rare and only usable if you're doing the Blade of Vengeance one. Is that the free running one?
Blade of Vengeance is the card draw one.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Just
I
not a
I
fan.
don't mind when they have the specific searches on commanders themselves or on legendary creatures
Mm-hmm.
because that makes more sense to me. But
Yeah,
like
like
for
the
stuff like
Eagle
this,
Heart card, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But this, yeah, I don't know. Just if I want to search this card, it's just gonna be the command zone.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one here. So we have Aveline de Grand Prix for 2 double green. It's a human assassin, 3/3. It has Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters on that creature. And it has Disguise for a black and a green. So you may cast this card face down for 3 mana as a 2/2 creature with Ward 2. Turn it face up at any time for its Disguise cost. I actually like this card.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah.
Like, because people already don't want to block you if you have Death Touch. So, hey, now you're making a beefy Death Touch. Just find a way to give your stuff first strike and call it a night.
Then we've got Aya of Alexandria, 2 red-white for a 4/3 human assassin, menace and lifelink. Whenever a historic creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with menace.
I like that a lot.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Slothy, take the next one. I was gonna say I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that, and then I see the next one. All right, well, I'm just trying to pronounce a bunch of these.
Um,
Basim Ibn Ishak.
Yep.
All right, all right. Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. That card, this guy, can't be blocked. This ability triggers only once each turn. Deals combat damage to a player. Put a 1/1 counter on it. Not a horrible 2 mana commander.
I like that. Comes out early. You cast a rock. He's unblockable. You get damage in. You beef him up.
Unblockable.
Um,
I'll workshop that one. I'll workshop that one, guys. It's early.
Next one we have is Bayek of Siwa, or 3 and a red and a white. Human assassin, 3/4 double strike. As long as it's your turn, other historic creatures you control have double strike. Whoa, nice. And it has Disguise for 1 in a red and a white. I kind of like this one.
This whole set is making me like I built Hazaret and Dejeru. And Hazaret and Dejeru is a card that's not fun to play against because if you ramp it out at all, you just get free legendaries.
Yeah.
And I keep looking at this and I'm like, oh, there's a lot of Boros legendaries here. Maybe I could tone the deck down. And then all of them are just like, whenever historic, you get extra creatures. All your historic has double strike. I'm like, calm down, calm down. Where's my watered down Boros that I'm used to?
This is another one that I am going to be putting in Aragorn.
I bet you are.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
Honestly, this and the Aya probably would be great because it's just instant and it's going to trigger all of these like double color legendaries are going to be triggering that ability so much. I love the Aragorn deck.
Yeah.
Black Market Connections is awesome as a reprint.
Yeah.
Artwork's sick.
Then we've got Caduceus, Staff of Hermes. 2 and a white for legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature has lifelink. As long as you have 30 or more life, equipped creature gets +5/+5 and has indestructible and prevent all damage that would be dealt to this creature and has equipped for double white. Jesus.
That's pretty wild. They didn't learn their
Oi.
lesson with the whatever the card is, 1 mana.
The Sarah Ascendant.
That's the one. You get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
They don't learn their lesson.
Nope, not at all.
This is going into every one of the what's it, Arden decks where you can just auto throw it onto creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you have 30 or more life, 5/5 indestructible, prevent all day. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll give you that. And lifelink. Well, let's not forget about the lifelink on it.
Yeah, don't forget it gives it lifelink.
Yeah, because why not, right? Yeah, that's pretty good.
Just missing flying now.
Right. We have a conspiracy reprint, which is awesome. As it enters, you choose a creature type. Creatures you control are the chosen type. You can never find that card, which is great. Then also Cover of Darkness reprint. As it enters, you choose a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type have fear. That's another great reprint. We have Crystal Skull, Isu Spyglass. No way this one's a reprint. It's 2 double blue for a legendary artifact. You can look at the top card of your library anytime. You can play historic lands and cast historic spells from the top, and it's a mana rock. Love it.
That's a really strong card. I love this card. I want this card now.
Yeah, big fan of that one.
That's a great card.
Especially in decks that I'm already running, like artifacts, like we said earlier, Sahili and stuff, right? It's just a rock that's letting me dig into rocks. Yeah.
Next card we have here is Desmond Miles for 1 in a black. Once again, human assassin, 1/3. It has menace. When Desmond Miles gets +1/+0 for each other assassin you control and each assassin card in your graveyard. When it deals combat damage to a player, you surveil X, where X is the amount of damage it dealt to that player. It's okay.
I hate that artwork. I've got to say the second artwork, I hate it.
Yeah, the second one's boring.
It just looks like a Nike promotional shoot.
The first one looks like
first one's kind of cool, yeah.
But it looks like Miles Morales, the Spider-Man Miles Morales.
That's what I was thinking, like young Spider-Man, jumping up and around.
Yeah.
See, I think the second artwork kind of matches the Desmond Miles sections in the games.
That's fair. Again, I haven't played the
absolutely kind of really boring.
Also fair. I'm not a fan of this one. I don't like to be. It's not true. I was gonna say I don't like to be rude about art, but I really do like to be rude about the art on cards when I don't like them.
You are quite rude about art sometimes.
Profile art, hello.
Yeah. Everyone but Nadu. Yeah, I was gonna say. It's not like me to dislike the art on a card. No, if it sucks, it sucks. And I'm not a fan of this one. I think Desynchronization, is that a reprint?
I think it's a new one.
Okay.
That is that's a new one.
Nice.
Yeah, it should be new.
Well, please take it away, Slothy.
Sure. Yeah, Desynchronization. 2 double blue for an instant. Return each non-land permanent that's not historic to its owner's hand.
That's not historic. Wow.
It's annoying. It's funny.
That's pretty sweet, actually.
Less annoying Psych Rift at less mana.
So I get to keep my mana rocks? Yay.
And Commander, but you lose all your token army? I'm all right with that one. Generally, that's why I'm annoyed, is because I lose all of my rocks and have to rebuild.
Hey, I like the fact that this will target like a lot of people that play like enchantments, and and I'm in blue, and I don't want to play like Cyclonic Rift.
The next one I think is horrible based on the cost. So it's Escarpment Fortress. 4 and a white for a 3/5 wall, defender reach. Other creatures you control get 1/0. That's not really wonderful stats on a creature. And whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures, draw a card. There's just so much better at 5 mana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
No.
That's a lot to. I just feel like you could get better stats. The Anthem's nice, but again, it's 5 mana for a 1/0 Anthem, not even a 1/1 Anthem.
Yeah.
It's a 4/5 body that's like got no inherent protection, or 3/5. Yeah, 3/5 body with the I'm not a fan. I can't see me playing it.
I can see myself playing it, but just for the attack trigger for drawing a card. But other than that, I don't care much for this card. Like if it was a 4 cost, that'd be better, but 5 cost is quite a bit.
Yeah, it's pretty like 5 cost should be impactful in a game of Commander. Like
Yeah.
I judge everything based on Commander and Commander alone. So
Yeah. Let's move on here. So we have Evie Fry. So 1 in a blue, human assassin, 2/1, partners with Jacob Fry. You can tap 1 and tap it, draw a card, then discard a card. When you discard a creature card this way, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. I like that.
that's not bad. Depending what this Jacob is.
Yeah.
Oh, you get the big boy Slothy.
I do. We've got Excalibur, Sword of Eden, 12 mana legendary artifact equipment. The spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of historic permanents you control. The equipped creature gets +10/+0 and has Vigilance. And equip legendary creature 2. So
This is
if
what I'm
you
talking.
play this
This is what
in
I'm talking about for like the mana that you need for the exiling for that the
I was
one.
just about to say,
This is what you need stuff like this constantly, right? This is
No.
so like if this was in my opening hand, that's a dead card because I'm not gonna be able to do anything for at least like until like turn 4, turn 5. And that's if I have mana rocks out at the same time, right? And plus, even if it's out, it has to equip to a legendary creature.
Oh, I guess you can't equip other things. There's no other ability to, unless you have like maybe like I said, an Arden or something, or a Brass Squire.
Yeah. Then okay, sure, right? But like for the most part, this is a dead card to me, and you might as well just like toss it and then exile it just to get that one commander to get the emblem. Right. Once again, a lot of hoops to jump through for
This-
no real benefit.
Drop this bad boy in Galta.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
like I said, I think you could there's some decks it's gonna work in, but if this
Yeah.
is in my opening hand, I'm unhappy.
Yeah. 100%.
Unless I also have a Stoneforge Mystic in the hand, then different story. If you can find
I
ways
see
to
that.
cheat it in, sure.
Yeah.
We have a Fiery Islet reprint, which is great. We have Javi the Allfather, which I also like this artwork of. 3/1 red, 1 green, 1 white for a 6/6 God Warrior legendary. Javi has indestructible as long as there's 4 or more historic cards in your graveyard. Okay. Saga Project. When Javi or another legendary creature you control dies, return target legendary creature with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Sage Project, not Saga. Bad at reading. Not bad.
That seems like a fun card.
It's kind of cool. Like, there's a lot of cards that, like, white cards, when this creature dies, sacrifice this and bring it back.
Yeah.
So, like, I think you could make some fun stuff with this. And again,
Yeah.
another Legends Matter card. I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep going here. We have Hatham Kenway for 2 and a white and a blue. Human Knight. It's a 3/3. Protection from assassins. Hey, there you go. Other knights you control get +2/+2 and have protection from assassins. Even doper. When Kenway enters the battlefield for each opponent, exile up to 1 target creature that player controls until it leaves the battlefield. Interesting.
I kind of like this. I like a
I
flicker
don't mind
control
this.
deck every now and then.
Yeah, I don't mind this at all. Interesting.
You could really go like a Knights of Justice route with it and stuff. You're policing the board with your knights.
Well, you're in Azorius color, so why not?
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. Slothy, please.
Yeah. Actually, I wonder if Hatham's going to be the only Templar in this set. But next up, we've got Jackdaw. 1 blue-red for a 4/4 legendary artifact vehicle. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw a card for each artifact you control and crew 3.
Good. It's a good ability.
Good ability, not bad at all. I wish it was a lower crew, like crew 2. Crew 3 is still like I can understand why they did the crew 3 though, just because it makes it a little bit more difficult to attack right like as soon as possible. So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also means you might be creating another treasure token with Edward,
yeah.
because that is his ship.
Ah, that
Hmm
is his ship. Ah, interesting. Okay, cool.
Okay, fair. We have Jacob Fry, the other one that it's very cool that you see the partner up in the rafters there.
hmm
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Jacob Fry, so 2 and a black for a 3/2 human assassin, partners with Evie Fry. Whenever one or more assassins you control deal combat damage to a player, exile up to 1 target assassin or a card with free running from your graveyard. If you do copy it, you can cast the copy. Not horrible.
Not
Oh,
horrible, not bad at all.
you know what? You can see Jacob in the Eevee card too.
Can you?
Yeah, if
Oh,
you're looking, it looks like it's almost
oh yeah,
taken just from different angles of the
cause
same
you can
moment.
see the fight down below.
Yeah, lower on the right.
So
I like
if
this.
you didn't, yeah, lower right, like where her hand is, pretty
Where's
much a
Evie?
little bit over.
hmm
That's them fighting.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay, I like that. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's dope.
hmm
Yeah. All right. Next card here we have Layla Hassan for 3 and a white. Human assassin 3/4. First strike. When Hassan enters the battlefield, and whenever one or more assassins you control deals combat damage to a player, return target historic card from your graveyard to your hand. Not bad at all.
Decent.
Yeah.
I think they learned their lesson from Tashar. That's such a
uh,
broken card.
then we've got Mary Reed and Anne Bonny. 1 blue red for a 3/3 human assassin pirate with haste. Tap to draw a card and discard a card. Whenever you discard an island, pirate, or vehicle, create a tapped treasure token.
Hmm. That's not
Not
bad.
bad.
A payoff for
I don't mind
looting.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have Molnir Storehammer. Someone, people in the Instagram comments didn't like this one. I'll tell you that much right now. They're like, this card sucks. It's not playable. I think it's really good. I think it's a game-ending card. We've got the Molnir Stormhammer, 4 mana. It's got an equip 4. When it enters, you attach it to target legendary creature you control, which is phenomenal. So it's coming down for 4.
hmm
Whenever equipped creature attacks, tap target creature defending player controls and put a stun counter on it. Then it deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of tapped creatures that opponent controls. That's really, really good.
What was that commander that you built from Eldraine?
Oh, Hilda? Oh, Hilda,
Hilda?
the one that constantly taps the whole board down?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I Molnir Stormhammer it down and just kill the table.
yeah.
Well, I've started putting in so many of those ensnare kind of effects where it taps all of the creatures for things because I
hmm
really like to be able to just get uninterrupted through things. Math is for blockers, but I'm not great at math, so I just like to make it so there's no math to do. Speed the game right up. Tap
Yeah.
all your creatures down. Like I said, I really like them. Oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't get the next card. That's wild. We have a nurturing Peatland reprint. Please go on and hit me up with that one.
How the heck do you pronounce this next one?
I call it the Rat Man.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, it's
So
Raton.
Raton and Hakaton.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
okay, sure, I'll read it out.
Yeah,
So Ratman.
yeah,
So it's
exactly.
a white and blue and black human assassin. I'm sorry to whichever historical person this could be represented. I am very sorry. I actually this is probably like what from Assassin's
This is
Creed
Assassin's Creed 3.
3. Yeah, because I
This is.
remember that part because it looks like I remember that like the axe tomahawk.
hmm
So human assassin 3/3. As long as he hasn't dealt damage yet, it has hexproof and can't be blocked.
That's annoying.
Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with menace. When you do, return target equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then attach it to that token. Hey,
That's disgusting.
You know,
that's really, really, really good.
you know,
Holy hell.
yeah. That's
Okay.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Also,
really stupid.
Put it
So
on
like,
the list.
so
Th-
as long as it hasn't dealt damage, it's unblockable. Okay, let's attack with it. Oh, it's dealt damage. All right, I create a 1/1 assassin with menace, and when I do that, I return an equipment card from a graveyard to the battlefield and attach to that token. So that, how many stupid stupid equipments do we have out there now?
There's also, well, Sword of Excalibur.
yes, I was just about to say.
Yeah. You're in great
Um,
self-mill colors. You're in token doubling colors. You're in double strike getting colors. You're in tutor colors.
mhm.
Entomb colors.
That's
Mill
so stupid.
colors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Archive trap yourself or something.
bloody hell, that's a really good card.
This is you're able to run the most obnoxious like mill stuff like your I think it's Dreamborn Muse, the one where every time you untap your
You mill.
yeah, what's the other
Mhm.
the orb that does that, the same thing.
Mesmeric mode.
That's the one. Yeah, Sherman.
Yeah.
Me and Sherman are brewing this deck live right now. Yeah, like just all those annoying things like the that's a pretty good commander.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Generally
I
speaking, you go, sorry, please.
no, mine's the lore thing. You go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say, generally speaking, when you build a commander straight gasoline, you get hurt. You don't have like you've got a creature, it's not enough to go the full Voltron way. Usually kills you. But again, your commander's already pseudo unblockable. So you can put all of your equipments on this commander if you want. Like you can have an Arden that keeps pulling it over to your commander. But on top of that, like you're gonna hit them, so you can easily commander damage. The fact that it's hexproof and can't be blocked just raw. You know what I mean? Just straight out of the
Mhm.
gates. You can commander damage kill people no problem with this, but normally, like I said, you die from playing this kind of way because you don't have anything that can block you. But this is
Mhm.
creating you tokens. The tokens aren't entering tapped; they're coming in with menace.
Yeah.
This is a cracked card.
So good.
I might make this card and never pronounce its name.
You could always pronounce him by his adopted name, Connor.
Is that
But
seriously?
Yeah,
Is that,
he in Assassin's Creed 3, he was adopted by Haytham Kenway and given the name Connor Kenway.
this is my
And
brother's deck.
then there's a whole bunch of things where he, goes over to the Assassins, whereas his father's a Templar, and drama ensues.
I need someone
so
to
the
just
Connor
Not
clause is
not
in effect.
yeah.
not to spoil a 14-year-old game.
I need to yeah. I was gonna play it. I was queuing it up right now. I need to cross this off and just write Connor. Connor's my little brother.
Yeah.
Don't let him see this card.
He's not that little, that's for sure.
We have the Ravenclaw War Axe. 1/1 red, 1 white for a equipment. When it enters, you search your library and or graveyard for a card named Ivor Battle Ready. That's the one that sucks. Reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Equipped creature gets 2/0 and has trample. I think it's the one that sucks before I start saying it's the one that sucks.
Battle Ready was the one that sucks, yeah.
Yes, okay, perfect.
So if you're playing this card, you're decentivized from even running Ivor as the commander.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just search it yourself.
Yeah.
Rest in Peace reprint. I think you next, Sherman.
Is it? Oh wait, I thought it was you. My bad. Oh. Rooftop bypass for 1 in a blue and a black. Enchantment. Whenever one or more non-token creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with menace. There's always a path.
Also good in like Felix.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
Royal Assassin reprint.
then we've got Senu, Keen-Eyed Protector. 1 and a white for a legendary Bird Scout. That's a 2/1 with Flying and Vigilance. Tap it to exile Senu, Keen-Eyed Protector. You gain 2 life and scry 2. Whenever a legendary creature you control attacks and isn't blocked, if Senu is exiled, put it onto the battlefield attacking.
Interesting.
Interesting. I wonder
Now,
how I
now
would
if
build this.
go ahead, path to exile my Senu. That's fine. I'll
Yeah.
get a land and a 2/1 attacker.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, because as long as it's exile, it doesn't say how it was exiled.
Hmm.
If it's exile, you can just do that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, yeah. That's aggressive.
Yeah. Huh.
We have Sean and Rebecca, agents. 1 green, 1 white, 1 blue for a 4/4 human assassin scientist vigilance. When Sean and Rebecca agents enters, search your graveyard, library, and hand for a card named the Animus and put it on the battlefield and shuffle. Add a colorless when you do, mill 2 cards. That's all right.
Not bad. What's this next card? Sigurd, Jarl of Raventhrop? Raventhrop? Whatever. So, red, green, white. Human warrior, 3/3. Has vigilance, trample, and lifelink. I like this already. It has boast for 1 mana. Put a lower counter on target saga you control, or remove one from it.
That's good.
Whenever you put a lower counter on a saga you control, put a +1/+1 counter on up to one other target creature. I like this card.
Yeah, this looks like a really fun commander.
Yeah.
Being able to remove counters from your sagas is wicked.
Mhm.
Yes. 100%. That's so much fun to do.
Yeah, that's dope.
We've got a silent clearing reprint. Then do you want this one, Dan?
Yeah, I'll take it quickly. I'll do this and then we've got our Socrates, which is the deck we did last week. 1 white, 1 blue for a 0/4 human advisor, defender, hexproof as long as it's untapped, and then it has Socratic Dialogue. Tap until end of turn. Target creature gains. If this creature would deal combat damage to a player, prevent it. That creature's controller and that player draw that many cards. Rounded down half.
Yeah.
Very fun card to play. Then also
Yep.
Sunbaked one. Then all right, you jump back in. We'll jump back in order now.
Cool. We've got Suitor, Fiery Jotun, 3 double red for a 5/5 legendary giant god warrior with trample. When you cast a historic spell, Suitor deals 3 damage to any target.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad at all. 3 damage is a lot when you cast like a Soul Ring.
We have the Animus. That's the one that other card fetches. 2 mana at the beginning of your end step. Exile up to 1 legendary creature card from a graveyard with a memory counter on it. Till your next turn, target legendary creature you control becomes a copy of target creature in exile with a memory counter on it. Activate only as a sorcery. Meh, it's all right.
It's okay. Oh, here we go. We have the Spear of Leonidas for 2 and a red. Equipment, legendary artifact equipment. Whenever an equipped creature attacks, choose one. Either Bull Rush, which is it gains double strike until end of turn. Summon, so create Phobos, a legendary 3/2 red horse creature token. Or Revelation, discard 2 cards and draw 2 cards. It has equip cost of 2. Yo, this is a pretty sick equipment.
That's the one that Eagle Heart commander fetches.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cassandra.
Let me double check that here. Is that what it is? I kind of want to build this Cassandra one. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
And this brings it to the battlefield.
Because Cassandra says library or graveyard?
Yeah, search your graveyard, library, hand, and library for a card named Spirit of Leonidas, put it on the battlefield, and shuffle. Whenever creature.
So as long as it's not exile, we're fine. Okay, cool. Protect at all costs for exile spells. Got it.
I think that's a really cool deck idea.
Yeah.
See, that would have been a fun commander deck to see Wizards produce. That would be an interesting one.
Yeah. I like I said, I really like this Spirit of Leonidas one.
Yeah.
We've got a Waterlogged Grove reprint. And then we've got What Must Be Done. 3 double white for sorcery. Choose one. Let the world burn. Destroy all artifacts and creatures. Release Juno. Return target historic permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It enters with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on it if it's a creature.
Interesting.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
We have another one I can't pronounce. Adewale, Breaker of Chains. Yep. All right, well, that's what it is. 1 black and 1 blue for a 4/1 human assassin pirate. When Adewale enters the battlefield, reveal the top 6 cards of your library. Put an assassin, pirate, or vehicle from among them into your hand. The rest to the bottom in random order. Whenever a vehicle you control deals combat damage to a player, you can return Adewale from your graveyard to your hand.
Not bad. Interesting.
I don't know how I feel about that as like a commander, though, right? Because I guess then you don't have to pay command tax.
This
Yeah.
one also goes in Edward Kenway, I feel.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I would just blink this and just grab stuff constantly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good ETB.
Yeah. Next card we have is Adrestia for 3 mana. It's a legendary artifact vehicle. It's a 4/3. It has Island Walk. Whenever it attacks, if an assassin crewed it this turn, you draw a card. Adrestia becomes an assassin in addition to its other types until end of turn. It has a crew of 1. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Then we've got Alexios, Demos of Cosmos. 3 and a red for a 4/4 legendary human berserker with trample. Alexios attacks each combat if able, can't be sacrificed, and can't attack the owner. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player gains control of Alexios, untaps it, and puts a +1/+1 counter on it. It gains haste until end of turn.
Another slicer.
Yeah.
I think really a good one.
And it's an uncommon as well.
Yeah,
Hurrah.
we're into the uncommon legends, but I like
Yeah.
talking about uncommon legends, so
Yeah.
I think that's very playable.
Yeah.
Honestly, especially for like a high budget deck. Like I think you could really, really make this Alexios strong.
Yeah.
Play like combat
100%.
tricks like that are like Unleash Fury, Double Strike, and
The fact that it has trample and you do that. Oh.
well, and it just keeps growing with that 1/1 counter. They can't sacrifice it. That's good.
Yeah.
We have Arbaz Mir, 1 white, 1 red, 2/2 human assassin. When it or another non-token historic permanent enters, 1 damage to each opponent, you gain 1 life. That's also a pretty solid effect.
That's pretty good. I'm glad they said non-token or historic permanent.
I think that's like really playable though.
Yeah.
Honestly, just mana rocks are pinging and gaining you life.
Yeah.
They're really giving you a lot of Aragorn bait.
They are.
They really, really are. I honestly might
Make a second
Just-
Aragorn deck?
make a second Aragorn deck, but its sub theme is going to be
Assassinagorn?
legendary assassins.
Yeah.
Assassinagorn.
So it's like his like Team Seal 6 like protect the king / president, go assassinate these people for me. Oh boy. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I was just stretching.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying something. All right. Shall we keep going? Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
know what?
take the
Let's
next
keep
one.
going here. We have Arnold Dorian for 2 and a black and a red. Human assassin, 3/3. Has death touch. Other assassins you control get +2/+0 and has disguise for a Rakdos.
Not bad.
Not
Yeah.
bad. It's an uncommon. What do you expect?
We've got Assassin Den, 3 and a blue for 2/4 wall with Defender. 3 and a blue, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It can't be blocked this turn. Activate only as a sorcery.
I like that card. I like that a lot.
Ooh, the
Anything
next.
that makes something unblockable, I like.
All right, well, tell me what you think of this next one then. We have the Assassin Gauntlet, 2 and a blue. When it enters, attach it up to 1 target creature you control. Tap all creatures target opponent controls. Equipped creature gets 1/1 and has whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, discard a card. I want this for Slicer, or not for Slicer, for Felix.
That's a good card.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good
A tap
card.
down like that, the auto equip. I'm into it.
That is really, really good. Only for 3 mana. Yeah, why not?
Ooh, the next card's a pretty wild 1-drop.
Assassin Initiate for a black. Human Assassin 1/1. Tap 1 and it gains your choice of flying, death touch, or lifelink until end of turn. Ooh, so I can get all 3.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Flying, death touch, and lifelink. I just have to pay 3 mana into it. That's it.
Yeah, pretty good.
Then we've got the Ballad of the Black Flag. 1 double blue for a Saga. 1, 2, and 3 are mill 3 cards. You may put a historic card from among them into your hand. And 4 is historic spells you cast this turn cost 2 less.
All right.
Yeah.
Meh.
We have Become Anonymous, 2 double blue. It's an instant exile target non-token creature you own. and the top 2 cards of your library in a face down pile, shuffle that pile, then cloak those cards they enter tapped. So this gets you 2 more cards to the battlefield tapped. That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
No.
Yeah, this saves a creature because you can possibly turn it up anytime for its mana. So you can save a creature that's getting exiled and potentially grab 4 more power to the battlefield, instant speed.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, and its own, not control.
Yeah. So next card we have here is Bleeding Effect for 2 and a white and a black. Enchantment. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, creatures you control gain flying until end of turn. If a creature card in your graveyard has flying, the same is true for first strike, double strike, death touch, hexproofed, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, and vigilance.
I don't think it's the art I don't like. I just think that character looks terrible. Trash character.
Desmond?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
generic.
assume it's like they did a game where they're like, oh, you're the assassin.
No, that was a big part of like up until the end of 3, where they were trying to take down um the Templars, and Desmond was kind of the catalyst of that, as he's related to a lot of the old assassins, so he's kind of carrying on the bloodline. But it's a lot of just walking in cutscene sections with him before he sits into the Animus and you actually play as the assassin.
It's like Lord of the Rings, just all walking. Even the trees walked in that movie. Oh, I love that joke so much. Slothy, the next one, please. Do we want to just go through into the legendaries or the equipments, the cool things?
Yeah, that's sort of the fun stuff.
Legendaries?
Or the equipments, like things like I'll do the Brotherhood's headquarters. You a colorless or 1 mana of any color only for assassins or for free running or assassin abilities. Again, not bad. Kind of a specific land, but at uncommon, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah. An equipment, Brotherhood Regalia, 2 mana. Equipped creature has Ward 2 and is an assassin in addition to its other types and can't be blocked. Equip legendary creature 1 and equip for 3.
That's strong.
That's
I like
pretty
that.
good.
That's really good.
Put it on the list.
Oh, great. More to the list.
Yeah, there's a few things I'm in the midst of building.
Okay, the next one we have here, you have to go down, is Ezio Brash Novice.
Ooh, sorry. There's one other one I wanted to talk. That Bureau Headmaster can't be overlooked. That's just a cool card. Your equipment, it's equipment reduction on both sides.
Oh, I see it. Bureau Headmaster for a red and a white. Human Assassin 2/2. Equipment spells you cast costs 1 less to cast, and equipment abilities you activate costs 1 less to activate.
That's decent. Okay, sorry. Please carry on with your other one.
That's not bad. Yeah, so next one is going to be the Ezio Brash Novice. That's the 1 in Boros. So legendary creature human. It's a 1/1. When he attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. As long as he has 2 or more counters on it, it has first strike and is assassin in addition to its other types.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
That'd be an interesting build. Just pump it up.
I like this.
They reprinted Fatal Push.
I like this Fall of the First Civilization as well. The 2 and a white, it's a saga. Number 1, you and target opponent each draw 2 cards. Love that effect, and I run that already in Secret Rendezvous all the time at the same cost. Number 2, exile target artifact and opponent controls. And number 3, each player chooses 3 non-land permanents they control, destroy all other non-land permanents. I like this as a board wipe.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's really good, yeah.
For 3 mana, you just gotta wait 3 turns.
And every one of those effects is good turn by turn.
That's true.
Put it on the list. I assume that 3 people are important in Assassin's Creed. I've seen them a bunch of times. The Triome people.
The Triome.
The Triome people. You get it. You understand what I'm saying, Slothy? Ooh, that haystack is also really cool too. 1 and a white. Pay 2, target creature control phases out. Treat it and anything attached to it as though they don't exist till your next turn. Really good for saving equipments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Next
pretty
one?
good.
Yeah.
We have, like, for equipment, on theme, Hidden Blade for 2 mana. Artifact equipment has flash. When it enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. If that creature is an assassin, it gains death touch until end of turn. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has first strike, and it has equip cost of 2. Not bad. It's a combat trick.
I'm a big fan of these auto equips.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then there's the Hidden Footblade. Single red. It's got flash and enters the battlefield. Attached to target creature you control. That creature gains first strike until end of turn. Equipped creature is +1/+0 and has haste, and it has equipped for 2.
Yeah. Hook Blade's another one. The 1 and a white enters, you attach it. Equipped creature gets 1/0 as long as it's your turn. Equipped creature has flying. These are pretty good little equipments. A lot of love to the low mana equipment stuff for like budget stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it just does make it really nice to play. It speeds you up a little bit in an archetype that's usually kind of slow getting the equipment out, and then
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like equipment decks tend to be slower just because we have to spend a mana for the equipment cost unless you can cheat it. But yeah, like stuff like this does help a lot.
The
We do
Hunter's
have a
Bow is pretty
Hunter's
good
Bow
too.
that's next. For 1 in the green, artifact equipment, when Hunter's Bow enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. That creature deals damage equal to its power to up to 1 target creature you don't control. Yikes. Equipped creature has reach and ward 2 and equip cost of 1. Yo, that's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, especially at uncommon, these are pretty good. I'm hoping
Yeah.
game stores open this. Again, I know nothing about Assassin's Creed, but I've been pretty impressed with the flavor in this set.
Mm-hmm.
So far, so good.
Next up, we've got Lydia Fry, 2 in Hybrid Demir for a legendary human assassin. It's a 3/2. Lydia can't be blocked by creatures of power 3 or greater. At the beginning of your end step, surveil X, where X is the number of tapped assassins you control.
Ooh, that seems fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Loyal Inventor right before was also not bad. It's an artifact tutor. 2 and a blue for a 2/3 human artificer. When it enters, search your library for an artifact, reveal it, shuffle. Put it in your hand if you control an assassin, otherwise to the top. Still 3 mana to the top as an ETB is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad at all.
In Sahil, you can keep copying it every turn.
Ugh.
Pretty gross.
Other than that,
Yeah, I'm just looking through here.
yeah. Propaganda reprint,
A
Path
Path
to
to
Exile
Exile reprint.
reprint. We have another equipment here. Lots of equipment here. Phantom Blade for 4 in a black. When it enters battlefield, attached to 1 target creature you control, destroy up to 1 other target creature. Target creature gets +1/+1 and has menace. Equip cost of 2. Not bad.
Ooh, I
This one doesn't
love.
have
This is
flash,
a
though.
wicked uncommon commander here.
Which one?
Roshan, Hidden Magister.
One sec before that. Reconnaissance as a reprint is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
I had to say that one. So Roshan.
Roshan, Hidden Magister. It's 3 in a black for a 4/4 legendary human assassin. Other creatures you control are assassins in addition to their other type. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. Face down creatures you control have menace, and whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, you draw a card and lose 1 life.
That's great.
That's pretty sick.
That is a great one. This reconstruct history is wild. The
Oh yeah, the reprint of that. That's pretty dope.
Is that one a reprint?
Yeah, it's reprint.
Okay. Well, it's very good.
When it came out in
Strixhaven?
I want to say like Strixhaven, or
It
was
is
it Theros?
Strixhaven, yeah. Okay, well, it's a very cool card. I don't run it enough.
Oh, let's see. Next one is going
I'm-
to be Xiao Jun. So for 1 blue and red, human assassin 3/3 legendary creature has leap strike. As long as your turn, they have flying and first strike, and has rope darts. Tap 2 untapped artifacts you control, and it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Whoa.
Honestly, a win con in a lot of decks.
Yeah.
I really like that they're using the Chronicles protagonists as well, and not just like the main game assassins.
Yeah, they're using everyone.
Yeah.
With an unwinding clock, that's wild, and 1 damage to each opponent for the rocks is beefy.
Pretty sick.
You can honestly like run this just like Urza. All
Yeah.
the 0 mana rocks to just like power bolt everyone down. I like it.
Wow.
We've got the Shea Cormac, 1 white, 1 black for a 1/1 knight, human knight rogue. Pay 1, permanents your opponent's control lose hexproof, indestructible, protection, shroud, and ward until end of turn. That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever a creature an
Ooh.
opponent controls becomes a target of a spell, put a bounty counter on it. Whenever a creature with a bounty counter on it dies, put 2 count. That's a really, really cool uncommon commander option.
That's really sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Believe it or not, it's on the list. Did you find another one you like there, Slothy?
I was looking at the Shea Cormac.
Yeah, the Shea Cormac is pretty wild. There is one we have to talk about, Templar Knight as well. It's another
Yes.
of you can put any number in. It's 1 and a white for a 3/1 with Vigilance, Human Knight. Pay a white, tap 5 untapped, attacking creatures you control named Templar Knight. Search your library for a legendary artifact. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. A deck can have any number. So it's nice at least that it's only artifacts and not just legendary creature fetch, because that would be
Mhm.
crazy. Because I would just go and fetch Elish Norn and make these 5/2s or 5/3s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tax Collector seems annoying. ETB of it's 2 mana, 2/2 when it enters until your next turn spells. Your opponent's caster 1 more, or you detain. An annoying ETB.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The saga looks really interesting.
That's really
The
cool art.
Acer Escape Valhalla for 2 and a green. So the first chapter, exile a permanent card from your graveyard. You gain life equal to its mana value. For the second one, put a number of +1/+1 counters on a target creature you control equal to the mana value of the exiled card. And then for the third one, return the saga and the exiled card to their owner's hand.
It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting. So you keep on repeating this again and again.
Yeah, I think that one's got a lot of potential.
Mm-hmm.
I like all the new sagas.
The new sagas are really nice. I'll say that.
This viewpoint synchronization, I think, is something that is going to see some play. It is 4 and a green, which I'm taking a picture of. It's got free running for 2 and a green, so cultivate. Search your library for up to 3 basic lands, reveal them, put 2 onto the battlefield tapped and 1 into your hand.
That's
Yeah.
really sick, actually. That's really sick.
There's again, like I said, I think there's some really cool stuff. This battlefield improvisation sleeper card. 1 and a white, target creature gets 2/2 until end of turn. If it's attacking, you may attach any number of equipment you control to it.
And that's a common too.
That's
Damn.
that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, this is not a bad set. I'm still buying singles if I buy
Yeah.
anything.
I'm
though.
only buying singles, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It as cool of a set as it is still not worth buying boxes or trying to open things out of packs.
Cool lands though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lands are really, really dope. I'll admit that. But like once again, okay, the fact that each booster pack is only 7 cards is disappointing.
Yeah.
I know it can be like up to 4 rares. Whoop did he do? You know, like it's just yeah. I'm not a big fan of it. Like this, there's a good chance you're gonna have like cards to here where the rares and mythics are cheaper than the commons and uncommons
Yeah.
because you're gonna have so many more rares and mythics than the commons and uncommons at this point in time.
Yeah, like not including lands, there is 9 commons in this set.
Yeah, like
The
does that
commons
mean
are going to
like
be more rare than rares.
yeah, or like like maybe because like there's only 9 commons, you'll have one in every single pack.
Yeah.
There's
Like, yeah.
there's some stuff in here I want to build.
There's stuff in here I want to build 100% for sure. 100%.
Mhm.
Okay, because like they have a lot of interesting cards. Okay, a lot of interesting commanders. And we're deck builders. Let's face it. So we like having things. We like puzzles and whatnot. But as a set overall, like it's like sure it's like half a set, sort of like March of the Machine Aftermath. Okay, I get it. Okay, but for the price point, I'm not happy about it.
Oh yeah, the
Other than
the, the sealed
other
price
than
is
that,
crazy.
Yeah.
like other than that, you have some really sick commanders. I'm looking forward to some builds for this because I know some people that are building decks from some of these cards. For me, like I'm like you, Daniel. I might I'll probably try to get a Socrates and go from there because that one is the only one that really really speaks to me.
I like the Boast Bard, the Sagas. I think I haven't made a Sagas one.
Yeah,
I'll probably certainly build this Cassandra Eagle Bearer one because that just looks fun.
that one does look fun. I'll admit that too.
But then, like I said, there's a few. The Shay Cormac though, I will definitely build a high budget deck on. Like it'll be
Yeah.
like highly budget, not high budget. You guys get it. It'll be cheap.
Yeah.
There's no hiding from Shay Cormac. Smite.
No, there certainly is not.
Yeah, I don't know the games, but I get it.
Yeah.
He was kind of a menace.
Yeah.
Did
No,
they give
I'm
him medicine in here?
I'm happy to end us there. I think we got a lot through. I kind of liked this one because we were able to go a little bit more in depth than we normally get to with the card because there's usually so many cards to go through, right? We usually can't go through a full set unless we split it into like 2 or 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
So like, it's nice that it's a smaller set, but once again, like I don't like the price point. Like even if they had like this is a smaller set and the booster's only 7 cards, okay, fine. Let's make it
Mhm.
like cheaper. Why am I paying $170 for 24 boosters that have 7 cards in each booster? I can literally just go out and get like a Baldur's Gate booster box where it's 24 cards still and it has 15 cards. So I'm literally like double the amount of cards that I'm getting for the polls, and it's cheaper according to the prices on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's I like seeing like that it is a smaller set, but I'm still irked by that.
yeah, I think it's too expensive.
Yeah. Too
But
expensive, too many cards coming out.
man, I want to play him out of this Ivor Wolfkiss thing. I'm still not over how much I like this card. It's really good artwork. The Ivor Battle Ready, trash.
Yeah.
Not bad artwork though, but trash. This other one though, not trash. Pretty great. Yeah. Where's my outro music? Thank you guys for getting through this one as well. Like I said, I could go on all day about why I'm not buying sealed and stuff like that. If you like what you are seeing and stuff like that, like, share, subscribe, helps us out a ton. Really helps us get noticed. Makes us feel nice. So yeah, do that. If you want to build some of these decks with us, come over onto the Patreon and stuff. We're going to be doing a lot of deck building. Bloomburrow's just around the corner, and that's the set I've been the most excited for. So, if Bloomburrow disappoints me, who knows?
Bloomburrow's right around the corner. Duskmourn's right around the corner.
Yeah, 3 other
Foundation's
sets.
right around the corner.
Yeah, there's a lot of sets, but the Bloomburrow's the one I'm the most excited for. There's a few of these that I want to build. I think we are going to get back into doing some of the live brews as well. We've talked and stuff. I've got one coming up and stuff with Thunder, like one of our patrons and stuff. So we're going to be doing some of that kind of stuff too coming up. So I'm excited to brew with Thunder because Thunder has cool ways of brewing with a nice deck brewing formula instead of just put 200 cards in a pile and use your Oonga Boonga caveman brain to sort it out. But yeah, other than that, we put everything up on the website, into99.com. There's articles there. There's all of our stuff. Chat with us on Instagram. I guess, yeah, Instagram's probably still the best one to chat on. You can reach out to us on any of them. Patreon's the best way because then you have a private chat with us. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. Let us know what you want to build from this. And yeah, let us know why this Desmond character looks terrible. What was that about? What was that horrible art about?
That seems so. Yeah.
Music done.
Laters.
See ya.